Hey, what's up? My name is Samuel Leeds, and this is Property Investors Q&A Sunday. How we're going to do this is I'm going to answer some questions from last week. If you have questions this week, then comment them below. All of your niggling, annoying property questions. There is no question that can be too stupid or too dumb. Anything about property investing that you want to know, comment below. I'll do my best to answer next week. So you've got to comment below, ask a question, then subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and boom, you'll get pinged next week, and I might be answering your questions. But let's see what we've got this week. So Special K says, what's your predictions for the housing market over the next 12 months? Great question. I think it depends on where you are. You know, if you watch London, there's always a rippling effect. However, if you ask me what's going to happen over the next 12 months, depending on where, like for instance, Birmingham, property prices right now are absolutely soaring. Same as Manchester, soaring. London, property prices are static. In fact, they're even dipping a little bit. So why is that? Well, that's because in London from 2011 to 2016, those 5 years, property prices doubled in some parts of London, literally doubled over 5 years. So of course, after a massive expansion is going to come a recession. So if you want to predict what's going to happen in an area, look at what the last 5 or 7 years did, and then probably the next 5 or 7 years will do the exact opposite. So Liverpool property prices are not soaring in Liverpool, but they're just beginning to pick up a little bit. So it's a difficult question to answer just to say the housing market, because a recession can happen in just one city and not in another city. So you've got to find an area whereby it's like, okay, this area is bottomed out, or this area has just gone down, now it's going to go up. And for capital appreciation, that's what I would say. So that's my general advice. Hope that helps. George Fonbon says, is it realistic that you can achieve 20% return on investment on a buy-to-let that is above £65,000? Yes, George, it is realistic. 20% is kind of like the target, as like if you can hit 20% or above, then you're doing really well. And I think with a property over £65,000, I mean 65 grand is not a lot for a house. So I mean, even if you rent it out by the room, you know, if you turn it into a HMO, you could very realistically get above 20%. Can you do a lease option plan in places like London? Yes, you can do lease options in London. A lease option is when you buy a house now and you agree to pay for it later. Yeah, you can do a lease option anywhere. The only place you can't do a lease option in the UK, as far as I'm aware, is Scotland. You can do a delayed sale, but the rules are different. I don't know if your question is, can you do it legally, or is it, are there properties that would work for this strategy? Can you? Yes. Are there properties that would work for the strategy? Yes. But because there's been such a massive expansion in London over the last sort of like 8 years, since after we recovered from the recession in 2008, it went crazy. The properties in London, there's not much negative equity. So everyone that's selling has got equity in their property. They're like, oh wow, look at how much the house has gone up for sale. So often when they're selling their house, they're wanting to get the money now. So it might be more difficult to find someone that would be willing to sell their house on a lease option agreement, but hey, it's definitely possible. Okay, Danny Heap, are there any crash courses in the new year up north? Danny, I've got good news for you, man. We are running a property investors crash course in January in Manchester. Manchester in January. I don't know why we went to Manchester. Everyone always says, please go to Manchester, go to Manchester. And to be honest, it kind of ticks me off when people say that, because I just think, just travel, man. Like, if you're prepared to do whatever it takes, if you're an unstoppable person, which by the way, you gotta be in order to succeed in property and in business just generally speaking, you gotta be prepared to just jump in the car, get a taxi for a few hours. But we're coming to Manchester, so have fun. Book on, because we might not come to Manchester again. So that's in January. I'll leave a link for you, Danny, and anyone else that wants to come to a Manchester Property Investors Crash Course, I'll leave a link below. Okay, Jasmine says, overseas buying, overseas buyers investing HMOs profitable? Yeah, it could be real profitable. If you're overseas, it makes no difference. You can still, you can move money around. In fact, you can even make money on the currency if you play your cards right. So yeah, 100%. Property hunters, are you renting the flats in Ribsford or selling them? Great question. I think I'm going to sell some and keep some. So it just depends. I'm definitely going to pull my money back out. I'm definitely going to sell some, and then whether I refinance others or sell, still to be decided. But I'll definitely keep you posted. I'll definitely keep you posted on YouTube. Last question is Sam Whalley. Where do you see yourself in 5 and 10 years time? Still property investing or retired? Sam, I'll never retire. I'll never retire. If I was gonna retire, I'd have already retired. So, nah, man, I'm still gonna be buying houses. I'm still gonna be property investing. I'm still gonna be pushing myself, pushing the boundaries. I'm very, very confident in property investing in the UK over the next 50 years. I think it's very safe. We're on a small island with limited housing, a massive shortage of housing, and an overpopulation of people. And ultimately, if you buy property and own land, then you're going to be the person that can call the shots, and financially you're going to win. So that's what I'm really passionate about, investing in property. I don't know what your thoughts are. Comment below. I want to see all the comments. I want to see your comments. I want to see your questions. Put them in the box. Also, please don't forget to smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'm going to have to hunt you down and find you and make you subscribe. Even if I have to log in and press the button myself, please do subscribe. We'll put a little subscribe button right here. So if you haven't subscribed, now's your chance, man. It's right here. Push that button. I'll see you next time.